All right, welcome back. Here is another session of the fire hose we like to call On Topic. Today's topic, a fascinating one for those of us out there who like to get a lot done in a little bit amount of time, and that is
Productivity hacks for high achievers.
oh, I love it. Okay, let's dive in. Let's not wait any more seconds. We would love to see a like, a share, and a comment of wherever you are watching this from. Uh, open up, open up your mind. We have got the fire hose ready for you with some stuff that you can put into action right away. Nick, let's talk about quotes first. What'd you bring?
Quote, I have decide what kind of life you really want and then say no to anything that isn't that.
Productivity hack number one. Gotta be good at saying no.
Yep.
Yeah,
What's your
absolutely.
quote?
That's a skill. My quote comes from Celeste Headley, and it said, "It's not about getting more done in less time, but about getting the right things done." So
Exactly.
we'll talk about efficiency and effectiveness here in just a little bit. I brought a book, and if any of you are out there and you landed on this video because you're looking for some productivity hacks, hang out because we've got those coming towards you. But if you haven't Googled it yet or gone into your favorite bookstore and looked in the self-help aisle for some productivity books, go now. There are a million gazillion ideas out there. So I think the best thing is just to start learning some of those hacks and then making them into your own. I brought the book of The Art of Finding Flow. That's going to be from Zaman Harades. Excuse me.
Like the flow from progressive.
Uh,
No.
no, different kind of flow. But she's really fun to find too. She's super effective at getting you the best insurance rates. Okay. But Damon in that book, it was a really easy read. You could get in and get out of that within a day or just take it chunk by chunk. But I really liked what he talked about getting in the zone. And that certainly works for me. And he will walk you through getting or finding what your mission is for that day, that task, that project. And then he talks about being unreachable and how that is a productivity hack.
Big time. Big
So
time.
I liked that one the best for today, and I would recommend it. What'd you find?
Yes. The book I am going to talk about is The Six Types of Working Genius by Patrick Lenciani. And I actually got to meet Patrick. He was one of our speakers at a Make-A-Wish anniversary event in Orlando one year. And I used to teach a lot of like his five dysfunctions of a team. I had an
Oh,
activity that
yeah.
I would play with my students, play, uh, do in class. And anyway, so
We
cool
learned role
guy.
playing. We know that from the big red bouncy ball.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Okay.
And there's an assessment that goes along with this book. And so it's a 40 question assessment and it helps you discover what your genius is. And then he just really encourages people to work in their genius because our frustration, our lack of productivity, everything else comes from us trying to work in an area that is not our genius. And then surrounding yourself with a team and other geniuses, which I thought was genius. So genius is your
Oh,
gift, your, you know,
yeah.
all that kind of stuff. And so I'll tell you what the geniuses are. There's wonder, which they identify the need for improvement or change. So yeah, I got this fancy little. I can see it. No,
Okay. I'll put that up on the
what is
screen.
that? Yeah, yeah. It says six. Nicole Morson's working genius revealed. Says on there. Anyway, so there's wonder that identifies the need for improvement or change. Invention. They confirm the importance of that need and generate an idea or solution. Discernment assesses the merit and workability of an idea or solution. Galvanizing generates enthusiasm and action around the idea or solution. Enablement initiates support and assists in the implementation of the idea or
Okay.
solution. And tenacity, which commits to ensuring that the idea or solution gets completed and that all desired results are achieved. So those are the six types of genius. And just hearing those, which one do you think you would be?
I would probably be the person that puts everybody in a group and organizes them.
Okay, so you would be the galvanizing, you're the enthusiasm, action around, um, assist in the implementation or maybe enablement.
Yeah, maybe
You
I
know,
just, if I don't have to be the leader, I am a super good follower. If there's not a leader in the group, I will take that position.
okay, interesting. See, I always thought you as the leader, but I'm the leader. I'm for sure. Like I will give people 20 seconds maybe to step up because I like other people to step up. But if they don't, I got
20
this.
seconds.
Yeah,
That's me.
okay. And then I get frustrated if it's not done right anyway. So then I step in. But I was at WG were my high ones.
Okay. Oh, I'm
Um,
interested in
or
this.
no. I'm sorry. Those were my frustrations. Wonder and
Oh,
galvanizing were my frustrations. I was
what does it mean by frustrations? So if there isn't that in the group, then you get
so
frustrated.
well, they say that you have your working genius, your working competency,
Uh,
which means you're fine in it, and then your working frustration that if I have to spend a lot of time in this area, I'm going to be frustrated. And so my working genius was invention and discernment. And so I'm naturally gifted at and derive energy and joy from creating original novel ideas and solutions.
yep, I
And then
agree.
I'm naturally and gifted at and derive energy and joy from using my intuition and instincts to evaluate and assess ideas or plans. So that is my working genius. And then where I'm frustrated is galvanizing and wonder. And so I am not naturally gifted and don't derive energy and joy from rallying people and inspiring them, which I don't agree with, but like I think I'm really on high in all of them. I'm not sounding conceited or anything like that, but like I didn't vote, like you could say that's not like me at all. There's like five different things, not like me at all to like me so much. And you could answer anywhere in between there. And there wasn't very many that I said, that is not me at all.
Okay.
You know, so when it comes all down to it, this is my lowest, is rallying people and inspiring them to take action around projects and tasks. And then pondering the possibility of greater potential and opportunity in a situation. And I kind of agree with it because I like to come up with the ideas. I like to be inventive and creative and whatever else. But then I like somebody else to do it
Well, because
because
you're moving on to the next one.
I have to move on to the next one. Yep.
Yeah.
And so that's where you find those other people to be part of your team that takes over and says, hey, I got this from here. I don't like to come up with the ideas or, that kind of stuff. So yeah, so that was definitely, I think, a productivity hack, just finding out what your genius is and working.
Yeah, good point. So to go back to yours, I think that there was a sentence in there that might have been interesting. Maybe you can look into it, but you like to work with high achievers. So you
Mhm.
will give someone all of your energy in order to inspire and motivate them. But if they can't take it to the next step, you're like, you know,
Yeah,
next.
yeah, I agree. Like, and what's funny is people pay you to be a coach, so you think that you help them, but then when they don't do the work,
Yeah.
that's that's on them.
Coaching is not doing the work though. Coaching is showing the path.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. But I'm saying that they pay me to
Okay.
coach them, but then
Yep.
they don't do the work. And so that brings frustration. Um, you would think they would do the work. But anyway, yeah, I'm like, if they don't do the work, I'm out.
Yep. Well, I think that that then lines up with your frustration part. I'll have to go look into that. I think I am the galvanizer though. I like to make sure that everybody is moving in the same direction or help people. I like to find people's genius and then make sure that they're doing that
Yeah.
genius in the
Yep.
project. Like I could say you're having troubles. What else needs to be done? I'm looking out, 50, 100 feet in front of the task or whatever it is, and
Mhm.
getting them ready for success too. That's where I find my genius. And then you had a second one. Is that true?
Yeah, well, I just Justin Walsh, which you introduced me to him on LinkedIn, just amazing content person. And he says to find your high impact to time ratio activities and focus on them. And so there's a little calculator, and we're going to put that in the description for you to go out and find your action to or activities to time ratio. But if they don't fit into that high impact tasks, you should eliminate, simplify, automate, or delegate.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that we use those, you have to use those on a daily basis if you're going to be in that high achiever category or at least work on them. I automate a lot of my tasks, specifically because I'm in my business, I'm running a lot of reports. I am getting a lot of either text messages or WhatsApp messages from clients or emails. So that, it's a constant fire hose. So I use a couple of, I don't know, are they hacks? I don't know. Someone along the way has introduced the tool to me, but Pushover is a app that will keep all of your notifications in one stream. And I found, I have a lot of different inboxes, whether they're client stuff or, between text messages, Google Voice and WhatsApp. I needed them all in one place in order for me to see them and efficiently go through them. And so
That's
that was a good one.
awesome. Awesome.
The other little hack that I use for automation is that I'm a 40 browser open kind of person. Uh, if you know anything about computers and you're using Chrome, that will completely make your computer go really slow. So I use, and I'm actually looking at it right now because for some reason I don't remember the name of it, but it is called Snooze This Tab. And so that is a Google Chrome extension. And basically that will automate things coming up. One of the things that I've automated in that is all of the bills that I pay online. And so I've gone
Mm,
in and I've scheduled them to show up on my browser on a certain day. So now I'm not going through my email to see when was that due. I'm not going through my planner to see when was that due. It's just automatically popping up. So
nice.
that's that's two of the ways, I guess, that I like to automate my tasks and my schedules. And then, of course, just using Google Cal or iCal. Anything that doesn't, go in there and have that automatic reminder, it just doesn't happen in my world.
Mhm.
How do you
Totally.
how do you batch your tasks?
How do I batch my
Yeah,
tasks?
I know you batch your tasks. When you're
I guess.
cleaning,
Batch them or layer them or
yeah,
stack them or
I think that
okay.
that's another way of being highly efficient.
Yeah. So I listen to audiobooks while I clean. So that way, one, it just because I love to learn and I hate to clean. And so I do that. And then I can take a little break and take notes or something like that while I'm cleaning. I, um, oh, what else? I do a lot of things, but that's the one that comes to my mind
Okay,
the most.
perfect.
I listen to podcasts while I drive. And then if I take notes, I do voice to text in my um, Google Docs to take notes while I drive.
Yeah, awesome. Okay, so getting a lot more of the right stuff done. I like to think about the order of tasks in the amount of time that it will take for me to get the task done, and then the amount of time it will take for something else to do the task. And I basically if I didn't think about it the night before, I'm thinking about it that morning. And so um whether you're cooking or you need to get something started in order for the oven to do the work or the wash machine or the dryer to do the work, those are things that I like to do first because then I'm like super productive for a short amount of time and then something else can do the rest of the job for me. Same thing with delegating, get those things off your plate immediately so that they can come back finished. I
Mm.
also think about the energy that's going to be needed when I'm batching tasks. So if it's high energy, I like to put all my high energy tasks together because I like the momentum. I like the adrenaline that goes with all that. And then I do all of the low energy stuff together as well. I schedule a lot of texts and emails. So if you are a Google user, and I'm not, I am, so in Gmail, you can schedule out emails. And you're an iPhone.
Mhm.
Can you schedule texts?
I thought I could, but then the other day I tried to and I couldn't remember how. And
Okay.
so,
So
but
if you're a Droid user, the scheduling texts, I have them like months out. And whether that's happy birthdays, because those are important to me, or just stuff that I said that I would do, um, I'll
yeah,
follow back
that's
up with you.
awesome. I do it when I think of something at 1 in the morning and I don't want to text them, so I set it to go out at 10 the next morning. That's the only way I use it, but I definitely need to start using it a lot more your way. That's brilliant.
That's really smart because you're like, oh, sorry to bother you via Messenger on Facebook at 10:30 at night, but you can't. Hey, Messenger, listen up. I would like to schedule my messages on Messenger. And
Yeah.
then I think it's really important to plan more than one day at a time because if you're maintaining an efficient and effective, you're also going to have to be flexible. So if something didn't come back on time from someone else that you delegated it to, you're going to have to find something to fill that time rather than just sitting around and saying, well, someone else, didn't do their part, so I can't do mine. I hate wasting time. I just hate it.
Yeah.
And
Same.
then also, what do you have to add to that?
Well, I was just gonna say, I can't remember what the example was the other day, but I don't know if it was a show or something someone recommended, and I sat down and I tried to watch it, and I'm like, nope, I have to either do something else while I watch this or something else. It's not good enough to take my time away from being able to get something else done. And so I have to, and it's a good and it's a bad thing. Like it frustrates my wife a lot that I can't just watch TV. I can't just, do something. And so
Yeah,
that's where I
raise
was
your
gonna,
hand if you're agreeing with that right now. I think that
yeah.
there's a lot of us out there though, and God bless those people who can,
I
really like
know.
dive it
I
all in,
love
but
relax.
I can't remember the last time
Yeah.
and it's not even just scrolling. Like I'm physically doing something else while the TV is on.
Yeah. Everything I'm doing is very important.
Yeah. So there.
Yeah.
And then I also use a done by one strategy. And it's what is that one task that has to be done by 1 p.m. in the current time zone that you're in. And I just try to tackle that one first. And there's a lot of other different ways, A, B, C, D, put your tasks in, whatever's in the D category is delegate. The one above that is probably the one that you don't have to do. So I like using the done by one in order to uh, be productive.
Awesome. Love
Okay.
it.
What else do we miss?
I don't know. That's all I had.
Okay, awesome. Well, if you have anything on productivity you have questions about or would like some insight on, we want to hear from you. So leave a comment. We are we're loving the questions and the recommendations that we're getting from our friends and family probably right now. But if you're a stranger, you won't be a stranger for too long. Reach out and say hello. And
Yes.
if there's any other topics that you're dealing with, reach out. Nicole or I can help you with some direction on that and give you some coaching.
We'd absolutely love that.
Absolutely. Okay, we'll see you next time.
All right. See you next time.